पिरोना एक ही तस्बीह में इन बिखरे हुए दानों का। गर मुश्किल है तो इस मुश्किल को आसान करके छोड़ूंगा, दिखा दूंगा जहां को जो मेरी आंखों ने देखा है, तुझे भी है सूरत आईना हैरान करके छोड़ूंगा।
Welcome to the Tribune interview. Today we are here with former Finance Minister and BJP candidate from Gidderbaha, Mr. Manpreet Singh Badal. Manpreet ji, you are officially back to Gidderbaha. So how do you see the fight?
Well, it's been my privilege, proud privilege, to have represented Gidderbaha 4 times, almost 20 years. And even as a young child, I remember growing up with Mr. Badal as head of the family. And he was returned from Gidderbaha 5 times in a row. And my relationship with Gidderbaha has been, it's not just political, but it's personal, it's special. I have actually interacted with 3 generations of people of Gidderbaha. They have given much love and respect. And actually, it's, again, I said, it's a privilege to be back again for my 6th election from the Gidderbaha Vidhan Sabha constituency.
True. But why did you leave Gidderbaha then and move to Bathinda?
Well, I was the MLA 4 times and I lost my election. I thought that I had worked very sincerely in the last 20 years that I was MLA, to the extent that I neglected my family, my children, my other responsibilities, because I thought Gidderbaha was special. And I was heartbroken having lost the election. And I said, I must seek another constituency if people of Gidderbaha feel that I'm not living up to the expectation. And that was one of the reasons. But also, I left Shiromani Akali Dal on account that I was not very happy with the policies of my own government, even though I was the finance minister. I formed my own party. I struggled with that party for almost 4 years. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who was then president of the Congress, he said, Manpreet, if you join the Congress party, it's just a bigger platform for you to articulate what you're trying to do in the PPP. So let me know what I can do for you. If you want to be nominated as an MP, how many seats would you require in the Vidhan Sabha? And I told him that I was not interested in any such bargain, but if the Congress was interested, then I would want to drive policy in Punjab. And for that, I must be made part of the manifesto committee. There was a coming election that year. And he was kind enough that he not only nominated me to the manifesto committee, but actually I became the chairman of the Congress manifesto committee. And if people of Punjab remember, I was the first one to actually, the first sentence in that Congress would try and abolish the VIP culture, the red beacon and all. The Supreme Court legislated on that much later. Aam Aadmi Party reacted much later. But it was part of what I had written. And, Archit, if you go around Bathinda, where I was the finance minister, I must have put in almost 1,000 crores of rupees trying to build infrastructure for that city. In fact, just yesterday, or if you read the press this morning, the chief minister was there and he inaugurated an auditorium, a lovely school. Actually, that auditorium and school, I was the finance minister. I was the one who planned those projects. I was the one who actually, funded them. And in the entire city of Bathinda, you will not find a single foundation stone which mentions my name. Foundation stones were laid and it read, built with the taxpayers' money, dedicated to the people of Punjab. So those were the initiatives which I wanted to do. I was lucky and I'm thankful to Mr. Rahul Gandhi that he gave me that opportunity. I'm not sure whether Congress actually followed that manifesto in its totality, but it gave me a lot of satisfaction that I was setting the agenda for Punjab. And the reason when you said that, why did you not return to Gidderbaha in that case? Because the Congress party told me that we already have a sitting legislator in Bathinda who is Raja Bedi. So if I could, kindly consent to, run from an adjacent seat, which was Bathinda, And that's the reason why I chose Bathinda.
Okay. Your statement shows you still love Bathinda.
I love Punjab,
Okay.
you know. In fact, Archit, growing up as a very young kid, and this is almost 60 years back, uh, I felt, whenever, the headlines from Punjab were always inspiring. If there was ever a medal which was won for gallantry, you don't have to ask anybody. It came from Punjab. It was a medal
Yeah.
for sport, it came from Punjab. All the good news actually came from Punjab, and I used to, preen myself like a schoolboy on his first date when I used to read the headlines, which, you know, were good because Punjab was the shining star of India. And what I see, 60 years later, and there's also a sense of embarrassment, and somehow also feel that maybe it's our failure because we were the elite of Punjab. We should have been able to guide Punjab to a better future. So, it's not just about Gidderbaha, but there is a what you can say is embryo nationalism, which is Punjabi, which is compatible with with national patriotism. But there's an embryo nationalism which is Punjabi, and I feel Punjab, has over the centuries, Punjab has played a unique role in the history of the Indian subcontinent, a role totally disproportionate to our size and population. Punjab has, if you read the history of the world, thousands and thousands of countries, several cities, hundreds of cities, they lie forgotten in the pages of history. But the name Punjab, in spite of facing some of the severest challenges humankind can face, mankind has faced, this name Punjab continues to exist.
Yeah.
It's the character of the people of Punjab. We have, over the centuries, we have had the privilege of defending India's fine and ancient civilization for almost 1,000 years. We have sent our finest sons in the face of great danger.
No, but you have remained finance minister twice. So what ails Punjab?
Well, I think, sometimes, not sometimes, but people of Punjab, they kind of, mistake financial prudence as lack of guts.
Ji.
Punjab has actually been living beyond its means. Punjab needs to seriously introspect. But this agenda of financial prudence does not find favor in Punjab. I have tried my level best
You
by
got
floating my
yes,
own
yes,
party.
you got the opportunity. You
And-
presented budget for the record night.
But for that you will have to carry your cabinet,
Ji.
your legislative party, and the people of Punjab. So if what you're trying to do is not popular, then I'm afraid even a finance minister cannot carry out that agenda. Archit, was negotiating with the then government of India and the then finance minister, Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, for a debt waiver of Punjab. There was an offer which Punjab refused to accept, and I thought that was a good offer. We should have accepted that. So I was the finance minister, and you've been a very, you've been a good journalist. You'll probably be able to give me an example, but I can't find a single example where cabinet ministers actually quit their jobs on account of scandal or corruption. Have you ever seen a finance minister of any state of India quitting his job because he could not, get along with the policies of his own government? That was me. I started a new party from zero. I was finance minister. I was the chief minister's nephew. I tried my, and I actually became one of the most unpopular politicians of Punjab because I was telling my own government that we should be financially prudent. But if the people of Punjab are not willing to hear it, then there's so much I can do.
You separated from Badal family, matlab the SAD family, and you started your own party. Now there are rumors that both Badal cousins are united. Even your opponents are targeting. They are regularly saying that Sukhbir and Manpreet are united. They are just playing a fixed match.
No, no, but what is the fixed match? How can there be a fixed match between the BJP and the Akali Dal?
That's
You
you
know,
have
I
to.
represent the BJP. BJP takes, the national executive of the BJP takes its decisions based on what is good for the party, for India and Punjab. How can I influence any decisions in the BJP in favor of Akali
So
Dal or
so
Sukhbir?
so what you have to.
BJP has made it very clear that they want to go solo in Punjab, and
Okay.
that is what we would. But if they would, people of Punjab, but I can't get into a boxing match with Sukhbir Badal. We are civil to each other. We have been cousins.
Ji.
We've been through thick and thin. We've been through bad days, but we've resolved our differences.
Okay.
We've resolved our differences, and socially we meet each other. At marriages, at weddings, at functions, and so on and so forth. But that doesn't mean that I'm trying to favor him in any case, or he's trying to favor me.
So what you have to say to your opponents like Amrinder Singh Rajawarding and Impy Dhillon?
Yeah, I would not deem their statement even worthy of a response.
Okay. Okay. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's come back to Gidderbaha. Who is your main opponent?
So that you would have to ask an astrologer.
Okay. Okay.
I have fought 7 elections. I've lost 2 and I won 5. The ones which I have won, I didn't know whether I was winning. The ones which I lost, I didn't know. I'm a very poor judge of elections. I will leave it to the people of Gidderbaha. But I feel that I've done fair amount of work and with honesty and integrity. And people should be able to view this,
So why should people of Gidderbaha vote for you?
I think, of course, apart from the fact that I'm accessible, I'm available, I do not believe in the VIP culture, so people can walk into my house or my office anytime they want. I think there are 2 big things which I did for Gidderbaha. One was that Gidderbaha was a cotton growing area.
Ji.
And over the years, the crops were, failing successively. And people were in great distress. As a finance minister, I took a decision that we will change the cropping pattern from cotton to rice. And for that, I managed to give about 18,000 tube well connections in Gidderbaha. Yes. And I think those efforts have borne fruit. And the peasantry or the farming classes in Punjab, they're fairly prosperous now in Gidderbaha. So that is one reason I feel they should vote for me. The second was when I was finance minister, there's a great catastrophe of cancer prevailing in Gidderbaha. So when we got the water check, actually there was arsenic, there was lead, there's uranium in the water. So I actually successfully managed to install about an RO system, a huge commercial level RO system in every village of Gidderbaha. That led to actually, a gradual reduction of, very common diseases like cholera, diarrhea, dysentery. But apart from that, even cancer was somehow controlled. So I think these are the 2 big achievements. I was able to, as finance minister, obviously able to put in a lot of infrastructure in place.
Ji.
But I think these are the 2 big things I could achieve as an MLA or a minister in Gidderbaha.
You have returned to Gidderbaha after almost 12 years.
Almost 14.
Okay, 14. So how do you see the situation has improved or worsened?
I think as far as infrastructure is wherever I left it 14 years, that's why. And one of the reasons why people of Gidderbaha would vote for me is also because now I have access to the government of India, access to, the finance ministry of government of India. I would be able to somehow drive initiatives which would help him, like, for example, yesterday, the Minister for Railways came, and I was able to convince him to accede to the demand of a railway overbridge and railway underbridge. I'll be able to secure very focused funding for the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Command Area Development Authority, which will make these irrigation channels. I am hoping to get Gidderbaha the smart city status under Amrut 2, which will be actually a boon for the citizens of the city of Gidderbaha. I would be able to get focused schemes like solar tubal irrigations, tubals for Gidderbaha, so on and so forth.
So you are totally banking on the center-sponsored schemes.
Well, these are schemes which which the beneficiaries are the people of India, and I'm sure that with my efforts, I'll be able to get them to Gidderbaha.
Okay.
In fact, we want to actually build Gidderbaha as a showcase of what BJP administration would be like for a future government of Punjab.
Suppose you win, will your old friend Bhagwant Mann allow you to make this or to present this BJP model from Gidderbaha?
But he has no authority or, to actually block this.
Yes.
All these schemes come directly to the beneficiaries in their accounts. And if government of India is giving it, why would he want to stop it?
Okay. Right. So let's come back to Gidderbaha again. So your family and your old team is missing so far. Just a few days are left for election.
Well, my children have obviously grown up. So they're working in other parts of the world. I hope they come back for their father's election. If not, then so be it. My wife was not keeping very well, but I'm told that she called me this morning. She'll try and come back this evening. So actually, elections are fought either by the family, but I have a larger family and a larger team, which is the BJP. And the BJP organization, which we call the Sangathan. The Sangathan is actually fully in control and being the only cadre-based party.
But
I'm sure they can swing
the
the
state
election.
president, Sunil Jakhar, is missing.
There is some, his wife probably is not keeping very well. And
so is
I'm
this the
just
sole
hoping,
reason?
but this is a big reason, if there's in the family, if there's illness, it can actually drive, this is a big responsibility. So I'm hoping that he'll be able to join my campaign at some point of time, looking forward to, because he's a great leader.
You are presently trying to cash in on the legacy of former CM P.S. Badal. So what's the reason behind?
I'm not trying to cash in on his legacy, but obviously we were inspired by him. He was a great leader. He was the one who actually
got me differences
elected to the Punjab Vidhan Sabha 4 times. I wish those differences had never cropped up, but that was something my conscience would not allow. So I actually left him, but I made peace with him later on in life, just before he passed away. So whatever Badal Saab has done, you can't take it away from the man. I am actually a pygmy in front of Badal Saab. What Badal Saab did for this constituency, for Punjab, I can not even match it, even 100th of what he did. So, you sometimes draw inspiration from leaders, and he was the one who'd actually taught me politics.
Is there any possibility that both Badal cousins, you and Sukhbir, can come into one party? Either it's SAD or it's BJP?
Well, I think if, at some point of time, you never say no in politics, but I think at some time, before partition, there used to be a party called the Unionist Party, and eventually the Unionist Party made a rule that whoever was part of the Unionist Party will also be automatically a part of the Muslim League. So at some point of time, if the Akalis decide that whoever is Akali would also automatically be with the BJP, then we will all be together and it will be one big, very happy family.
Right. So I think we should sum up, but you are a poet by heart, so you should say something in your style.
Yeah, Archit, nobody understands poetry these days. Nobody appreciates
but
poetry.
You are famous for it.
Well, he says, this is Allama Iqbal, and he says, Pirona ek hi tasbih mein in bikhre hue danon ka. Tasbih is actually a mala. And to actually have all the beats in one string. So he says, Pirona ek hi tasbih mein in bikhre hue danon ka. Gar mushkil hai, तो इस मुश्किल को आसान करके छोड़ूंगा, दिखा दूंगा जहां को जो मेरी आंखों ने देखा है. और लास्ट लाइन इज, तुझे भी है सूरत आईना, आईना शीशे नु कहंदे, that he's telling his own self
जी
that what a man is capable of, which we do not know, what we are capable. He says, तुझे भी है सूरत आईना, हैरान करके छोड़ूंगा. So once you set your mind on something to achieve something, you can actually surprise your own self. Well, thank you, Archit. It's a pleasure
Thank you.
speaking to you.
Thank you for watching the interview. Keep watching this space and reading the Tribune newspaper. Thank you.